lesson 46. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to calculate the discount or the final price after the discount. These are the things your teacher is going to look for by the end of the lesson to know if you've mastered it. 1, that you can calculate the original price when given the discount and the new price using math. 2, that you can calculate the percent discounted when given the original price and the sales price, again using math. So notice a trend. Can you write the right ratios to figure out what you don't know? And finally, can you calculate the new price if you have the discounts? So we're going to pause there, and you're going to have 2 great examples for today's lesson before you get to some practice. Here's our first challenge problem of the day. Jane's friend paid $40 for an item after she received 20% off as a discount. Jane's friend said this means the original price of the item was $48. How do you think Jane's friend arrived at this amount, and is her friend correct? Why or why not? So what we want to know is how much did the item cost before the discount, and how did her friend decide that it must have cost $48? Here are the facts. The friend believes the original price was $48. However, this is her belief. This is not a fact. We're going to test for this. We do know that there was a discount of 20% off. And we know the new cost is 80% of the original price. And that price ended up being just the $40. So here's our plan. We're going to use math to test if 80% of 48 is equal to 40. So we're going to test that. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use the ratios 80 over 100 and 40 over 48. If these ratios are equivalent, we'll be able to cross multiply and see that they're equivalent. Okay, let's put this plan into action. I'm going to start by making just our quick ratio table, and I'm going to put our 2 values. 80 over 100 is equal to 40 over 48. And we're going to use our cross products to see if this is true. So let's write our expression. I'm going to multiply right across and across. And we get 100 times 40 is equal to 80 times 48. 100 times 40, that's just 4,000. I'm going to do my math here on the side. 48 times 80. Notice I'm putting the 80 on the bottom for a reason. It's so that I only have to multiply 1 digit by 2. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 6 is 38. Okay, so is 4,000 equal to 3,840? No. No, it is not. So these 2 ratios are not proportional to each other. This means her friend is wrong. So let's write that down. Jane's friend is wrong. 40 is not 80% of 48. So how do we think our friend actually got there? This is what I think happened. Somehow her friend saw 40 and got 48. So how did she figure it was $8 more? I think what her friend did was she saw 40 and she figured, well, 10% of 40 is 4. How do I know that, Math Marvels? Because when I want 10% of a number, I just move a decimal 1 time. So it's a nice friendly number. So 10% of any number, you just move it 1 time. It is 4. And so I think she decided, well, 20% must equal 8. And I think she just added 40 plus 8 to get 48. So I believe she found 20% of 40, comma, which is 8, comma, and added 40 plus 8 to get 48. All right, so that's my theory. So let's say we want to know what it actually costs. Let's actually do that math. How would I set that up? Well, we would make another ratio table. And again, we want 80%, so 80 over 100. And we know that the 80% is $40. So we're going to set that up. And when you cross multiply, you will get the 4,000 is equal to 80 times the number. We're going to rewrite this as division. So instead, we're going to get 4,000 divided by 80 to get our number. And when you do that math 80 into 4,000, what you're actually going to get is 50. And so that was the actual cost of the original cost of the item. So we're going to hit pause there. They didn't ask for that information, but I figured we'd want to know what the real answer was. So I decided to take it a step further. But there you have it. Let's hit pause so you can jot this down into your notes. And the big takeaway is we can use our math ratio tables to test if two ratios are equivalent by using the cross products. Here's our second problem. A coupon book has a coupon for 40% off a lift ticket at Mount Woodstock. A lift ticket usually costs $70. Now, for those of us who don't ski, well, the lift is kind of like this chair that lifts you. It takes you up the top of a mountain if you're skiing. So that's what a lift ticket would be. You need a ticket for that ride. So anyway, the lift ticket usually costs $70. How much would the skier save? So we really would just want to know how much is 40% of $70. And we know the original amount of the ticket is $70, and we know 40% off is the same as 60% of the original amount. So our plan is going to be to use math to organize our facts, and we're going to use the ratio 60 out of 100 to find that number out of 100. So we want to know that 60%. And then we're just going to cross multiply to find the value of that number. Okay, we're going to set up another math table. And again, we have some choice. We want to know what is 40% off $70. And just like in the last one, we could reframe this as we actually want 60% of 70. So both will work in this situation, but let's figure out what are we actually looking for. What part are we looking for? Do we want the part that we're taking off, or do we want the part that we're paying? And here they want to know how much do we save. So we're going to want this top one, the 40%. So let's type this in. 40 out of 100 is equal to n out of 70. Since 70 is our total amount, we're going to cross multiply. So we have 100 times a number is equal to 40 times 70. And take a minute because we are going to simplify this out. 100 times the number is equal to, and I'm going to look at 4 times 7 is 28. And put the 2 zeros behind it, so 2800. And we want the n by itself. So we're going to divide. And we're going to learn more about that term when we have a number in front in a few lessons. So a number is equal to 28. That is the 40%. So n is equal to 28. That is the part the skier saves. The skier saves $28 or 40% off the total cost $70. There you go, Math Marbles. Let's hit pause and jot this down in our notes. And I hope you see very nicely and easy how our ratio table can help us really organize and figure out the percent discount off or the final price. Like, what is the part that you're actually going to pay? You can get to some practice work, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye.